said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm. Of course, we're talking about the Thunder's disappointing loss to the Cavs at home tonight, 107-102, proving the record to 14-28. This was a disappointing loss, to say the least. I think it was a lot of product of a young team not enjoying their success, not taking advantage of their success, not continuing to do things that made them successful in order to get the lead that they had. But anyway, we're going to break that down tonight in this live stream. First of all, my keys were simple: make good decisions in their half court offense, finish at the rim, and the perimeter defense, in other words, don't give them any open shots and keep them out of the lane. Rim protect by committee. Once they do get in the lane, everybody collapse and try to go up, take charge, whatever we need to do. And then SGA needs to be in his bag again for the third straight game. And none of those happened in the beginning of the game. I mean, Coach D called a timeout. It was 8-7 with 7:47 to go. I mean, 8 points in 6 minutes. 6.5 minutes. I mean, really? I mean, the Thunder just didn't start off well, but we did do a good job of finishing out the first quarter. We made some great plays, and a lot of it had to do with Jerome and Diakite. Those two combined, and Jerome hit a couple threes. Diakite had a block. Hit a nice little shot at the end. But anyway, with those two, especially with Jerome having 9 points, made a huge difference in getting the Thunder rolling and getting us out to a 32-24 lead, which I thought that considering where the Thunder started, scoring 8 points in 6 minutes, they scored 24 points in 7 minutes. That's the NBA for you. I mean, the teams get hot, and once again, we started making good decisions in our half-court offense. We started taking good shots. People weren't playing outside of themselves, which allowed the Thunder to score some points, get in the game, and do the things that they needed to do. And then our defense played pretty well in the first quarter. But like I said, it was 32-24. There wasn't a lot going on in the first quarter. There wasn't a lot to talk about. I don't think we played that particularly that well. There were some things that we could have cleaned up, and I think that, like I said, with Jerome and Diakite, those two did a great job of, lifting us up and doing the things we needed, and which I was surprised that Trey Mann did not enter the game until the second quarter. And, which once he enters the game, I think he gives us a whole different energy. It lifts us up. But anyway, to start the second quarter, it was 32-24, like I said, and my keys were Man comes in and something happens when he does. Like I said, he comes in and, we just get motivated. We just get a pep in our step on the defensive end and on the offensive end both. And I just like what the kid does. I like what he brings to our team. He brings that energy and, that I don't know if it was, I don't know which word I'm looking for, but he brings the exuberance that he brings as far as lifting our team up and going, hey, look, we can do this. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. And you can just see the team just picks up. But like I said, part of the thing is that, he comes in and all of a sudden, boom, we just start rolling. Dort hit a couple big threes to get us going. And, what we talked about the other night and we talked about on the Popular Hour, it only takes a three. To get a run, get a stop, or, if a team gets a run, you hit a three, boy, it just stops that run dead in its track, or you hit a three and it jumpstarts you. And Dort did a great job, as he always does. He starts out hot early, knocking down threes. Unfortunately, he doesn't finish strong, knocking them down, but to start the game, he always gives us a lift when he knocks down a couple threes and he gets going. And it helped us to get on a roll. But we had a 56-42 lead with 37 seconds left. And we went for a 2-for-1, which Normally, that's what you do because obviously there's a 24-second shot clock in the NBA. So you want to go for a 2-for-1, which means you want to score pretty quickly. 37 seconds left. You want to score with about 30 seconds or so left. Don't give them time to come back down. They have to get a shot, which allows you to have the ball going into halftime or going into the next quarter, depending on what situation was. But 37 seconds left. We're up 56-42, and we're going for a 2-for-1. What ends up happening is Shea takes a fadeaway jump shot, rim and ball is short, doesn't get back in transition. They kick it down. Dort doesn't cover up. They get a 2-for-1. They score in 4 seconds. So with 27 seconds left, they come down. Dort tries to maneuver around, tries to go up, get a shot, misses. Okay. And then they come back, get a shot in the and one. So a 2-for-1 up by 14 points with 37 seconds left ends up being a 4-0 or 4-0. That's what happened. They got 4 points in 37 seconds because we took a shot, did get back on defense. They scored in transition. We come down, take another bad shot. They get the ball back, try to score in transition. Dort makes the foul. They hit 2 free throws. Bam. All of a sudden, instead of us getting a 2-for-1 and getting a good shot and maybe scoring and coming back, we did not hustle back in defense, and it was the trend. And it's almost like that set the tone for the rest of the game almost. It seemed like finishing halves, us not being able to finish the half, and then we could not finish off the third quarter. And they came back, but of course we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, that 2-for-1 ends up being a 4-0 run. Really killed us, killed the momentum, killed everything that we had going. And, SGA didn't take a bad shot, and neither did Dort. But when you don't get back in transition, that's what happens. Okay? That's what happens. And I've talked about it over and over, and people make fun of me about saying transition, but transition is huge. Now, some people call it fast break. I call it transition because you're transitioning from offense to defense or from defense to offense. Now, yes, it's a fast break, but transition is more relative to what I'm trying to say to explain what's going on. And that's exactly what happened. We did not get back. They scored. And so at the end of the second half, or end of the second quarter, it's 56-46. That 4-0 run that they made all the difference to what they were doing as a team, how they were feeling, and then gave them the shot of the arm because they had been pretty much dead at that point. We were pretty much having our way with them, could kind of do whatever we want, get to the basket whenever we wanted. We were taking good threes. We were 5 for 11 from 3, and we had 7 turnovers. But 5-11 for 3, we were getting everything we wanted. We were taking good shots. We weren't forcing up any threes. We weren't in a hurry. And that's what got us the lead. But those 2 plays down the stretch, and it's simply just not getting back on defense. That's all it was. Just not getting back on defense. But those 2 plays were huge and allowed them to get a run and to get going. So getting into the third quarter, my keys were really simple, okay, to the third quarter. Let's go back to what I wanted to say at first. Let's make good decisions. Let's finish at the rim. Let's get perimeter defense, forcing them to take bad shots. SGA needs to get in his bag and rim protect by committee. Those were my keys for the game, and those were my keys to start the third quarter. I mean, we had to stop that 4-0 run. They got that 4-0 run. They got momentum, so we had to do something, and those were the keys to come out. And then also I was like, okay, guys, we can't fall in love with the 3, okay? You got to keep forcing them into bad shots. And if we can do that, and we had to continue to score by committee because how we got up in the second quarter was Dort had 11, SGA had 10, Jerome had 10, Bays had 9, and Giddey only had 4, and we had to get him to step up. But once again, I've told you, I really like Josh Giddey. I think he's our second best guy overall. But once again, he is a youngster. He is going to be up and he's going to be down. He's going to be up and he's going to be down. But he's more up than he is down, but he's just going to have those type games, and we really needed him. But it was so funny is that the Thunder were kind of going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, SGA fakes a 3, pump fakes the guy goes up, gets a 3, gets called a foul, and we were at Rococo's watching the game. My friend Mark Long's wife, Maya, and her sister Manisha, and we were watching the game, and they both started laughing at SGA's face because the camera zoomed straight to his face, and he just had that look like Yeah, bro, I got you on that one. And he did. Referee gave him a deal. Go up three, hit those three down, hit those three free throws. All of a sudden, bam, we're up 71-54, just like that. Bam, 71-54. Like I said, 1-3, one play, gets you motivated. And then what happened from that point? We stopped playing defense. We started to go one-on-one. We allowed them to do whatever they wanted in the paint. We weren't protecting the rim by committee. We weren't protecting the rim at all. We were getting fouls. They went on a 29-14 run to end the third quarter. And it's simply because we forgot all the things that I had talked about in the beginning. We were making terrible decisions on offense. Everybody was going one-on-one because, like I had talked about before, when adversity comes and you don't have your main guy out there to stop the run, or you don't have somebody else to make a three or make a shot like Trey Mann did the other night. They made a run in Brooklyn. He knocked down a three, stopped that right away. Thunder was able to get back in control. That did not happen. We had a bunch of guys trying to go one-on-one and do things that they're not capable of doing, which is what I've been talking about. Stay within what you're capable of doing. Don't get out of sync. But what happens is we don't score. Everybody thinks, well, then I got to do something. No, you don't. That's when you got to have somebody out there on the court that goes, give me the ball, let's run a good set, let's get a good shot. Even if we miss, we've ran a good play, we had a good set. Even though you missed a shot, you slowed down and you got back under control, which allows you the next time to come down, you're probably going to make the shot. But once you get out of control, one guy goes, and it's like, oh, well, he couldn't do it, let me do it. And the next guy goes, the next guy goes, next guy goes, and that's what ends up happening. It's just a domino effect. Okay? You can't do that. You got to have somebody that takes the ball and says, now whether that's Josh or whether that's SGA, and I believe one of them has to be on the court at all times. And Jerome started out good, and then after that, he just dissipated. Like my friend Mark Long said, hey, he comes in there, he makes a shot, he gets rolling, they make adjustments defensively. He does not make adjustment offensively. He can't get a shot up. He started forcing up a couple, and boom, game's over. Just like that. 29-14 run to end the third quarter. Okay? And the one thing about what I'm going to tell you is I'm always going to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to give you anything fake. I'm not going to try to sell you a bill of goods like something happened that did not. That's what happened. When you're up 71-54, you're rolling, and then all of a sudden, everything you did to gain momentum, everything you did to get that 17-point lead went out the window when you started going one-on-one. You felt a little pressure, and then everybody folded because you don't have the one guy out there or have a guy out there who can settle you down. Like I said, whether that's Trey or whether that's Giddey, but it's pretty much Giddey or SGA, I think have to be on the court. And that allows Trey Mann to be more loose and more free, and he doesn't have to feel like he's in a rush to try to do something. And it doesn't matter whether it's him, they all get out of control and they all do it, and that's exactly what happened to the Thunder. So in the fourth quarter, the Thunder are up 85-83. 29-14 run. Now that ended up being a 35-16 run, and basically the Thunder just didn't do anything. They couldn't defend. And then what we've talked about before, when a team gets on a run and they get in that mode and they start rolling and they start knocking down shots and they start doing fadeaways and scoops and everything else starts falling for them, you're in trouble. That's what happened to the Thunder. They're in trouble. Okay? That's exactly what happened. They just got in trouble. Did they have the ability to come back? Yeah, sure. I thought they were going to, but they did not. They could not recover. And it got to be 95-91 when he put Shea back in the game with 5 minutes to go. I thought, okay, let's see if he can step us and he can get back in sync. But he was out of sync. I don't know how many times he tried to go to the basket and lost the ball because he lost his balance. He just got into a rush. He wasn't his normal, patient, methodical self deliberate self when going to the basket. He was none of those things. He was in a rush. He was in a hurry. He was trying to make plays, trying to do too much. Once again, playing out of his capabilities, playing out of his normal self of what he can do. And when you get in a hurry, I don't care who you are, you get in a hurry, bad things happen. It just does. It doesn't matter what sport it is, baseball, football, basketball. You get in a hurry, nothing good happens. You have to be patient. You have to take your time. You have to take advantage of the opportunities as they present themselves. And when you don't do that and you don't take advantage of the situations when they put themselves or matchups, but of course, what they do, they took advantage of matchups with us. They created the matchups. Everything that we were doing to them in the third quarter, they did to us. which allowed them to go on the run they did and kind of put us away. But, we just got completely out of sync. I mean, let's just be honest. We got completely out of sync. Our shot selection was absolutely horrendous. It was terrible. It was terrible. But that's what happens when you do that. You're going to lose your basketball games. And of course, this is the NBA. 17-point lead don't mean nothing. 29-point lead don't mean nothing. 20-point lead don't mean nothing. Zero, especially with a whole quarter to play or 8 minutes to play. The way these guys shoot, the way the guys get in a row, it's over. And that's basically what happened to the Thunder. We basically got completely out of sync. We quit shooting the ball, taking good shots. We did not run our half-court sets. We did not play good perimeter defense. And most of all, okay, we lost our confidence. Now, playing at home, usually the crowd helps a young team get that confidence back. But tonight, I think even the crowd was like, wait, what? Whoa, what's going on? Okay? Now, that's why I've always tell my friends I love playing on the road versus playing at home, because there's nothing like letting the crowd, when you know that they know that the game is over and they get to go. There's nothing like that. But on the other side, when you're at home and that happens, there's nothing more deflating to your ego and to the crowd and to everything else. And they completely took our crowd out. And we have one of the best crowds in the NBA without question, if not the best. When it's full, we have the number one crowd in the NBA without question. That's just not up for discussion. But when it's not, and it looked like it was pretty good tonight on TV. And but the crowd, we got to get the guys in. Guys got to go support them. Guys got to go to games. Okay, you got to go to games. You got to support the team. I mean, like I told you, we're one of 30 teams that have a team. You got to go support them. But anyway, like I said, the Thunder now fall to 14-28 with a 107-102 loss to the Cavs at home tonight. Please join me Monday for my daily sports show, The Unpopular Hour. We will be talking about the GOAT. What is the definition of the GOAT? Okay? So everybody, hope you guys join. I hope you guys can come watch The Unpopular Hour. And on Wednesdays, we have The Unpopular Hour Women Only Wednesday for women to learn about sports and to take advantage of that. So anyway, peace out. Love you guys.